Hi, welcome to Empty Nest Creations. My name is Wendy. If you're new to our channel, welcome. On this channel, we do home decor projects and DIY projects, things to make your house look more beautiful. So if you're new, we want to welcome you. If you're one of our subscribers, welcome back. Today's project is going to be these flower balls. I've seen these in a lot of different stores with prices up to $40 and $50. They're super easy to make. This project costs about $12 depending on which flowers you use, but it's super simple to make. So if you're interested in seeing how I put this together, stick around. We'll go over the supply list and then we'll get started. So for today's project, we're going to need some ribbon, and what I have here is some 2-inch burlap ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to need enough to have 3 strands of ribbon that are about, the longest one will be 20 inches and then they'll get shorter after that. So 20 and like 18 and maybe 16 inches of ribbon. You're going to need 3 styrofoam balls, and these are the 2.5-inch size. You'll need some flowers, and I'm hoping that I can get all of them off of this bush of hydrangea, but I do have this lighter color. If I need to use this, I can add it in to fill in some spaces. So I have both of those. You'll need some sort of ring to hang this from, and what I'm using is this it's just a curtain hanger. It's a ring with a hook, clip on the end, and I'll be using this. You could also use something like this ring. This is just a binder clip that you would hold papers or things together with. So you could use something like that as well. This one is just going to be easier because I can just clip this to the top of the ribbon. So I'll be using this one. You may need some wire cutters to help cut the flowers. We'll be using some scissors. Something to measure with, and then your hot glue gun and hot glue stick. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll clear off the workspace, and then we'll get started putting this together. Okay, so I've moved everything to the side, and we're going to start out with cutting the ribbon. And this ruler is an 18-inch ruler, and my longest piece is going to be 20 inches. So I'm just going to pull it to the end and then move it up 2 more inches, and we'll cut it off there. And then the next piece is going to be 18 inches. So we'll just do the length of the ruler, cut this one off. And then the next piece will be 16 inches. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut. And I'm just going to try to get them to lay flat so we can work with them. Okay. So there they are, and now I'm going to attach them to the top of the ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crease the bottom. I'm just going to fold it in to make this a little bit smaller so that it looks like this at the bottom. And then I'm going to glue this together just using a little bit of our hot glue. And then I'm going to use my scissors to make a hole in the top big enough for the ribbon to fit in. We'll just keep cutting that hole until the ribbon fits in there nicely. Okay, so that's how it's going to go. The ribbon will go right into the ball. And I'm going to use some hot glue to hold that in place. So I'm going to take the glue and just fill up that little hole. Okay, and then we're going to stick the ribbon back down in there. And then you may use your scissors to just help push it down in there. We just want it to be held really tight with the glue. And then back here in the opening, I'm just going to add some more glue. Our flower balls will be hanging from this ribbon. So we just want to make sure that it holds well in the ball. And we can add some into the front of that hole as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare the other two balls just like this. Putting the ribbon into the ball with some hot glue and letting that set. Once that's set, then we'll go ahead and we can start adding our flowers. So I'll do the other two and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I have all three of the balls attached to the ribbon. And so pretty much this is how they will hang once it's all complete. So now we just need to add the flowers. So I'm going to set these aside and bring the flowers over. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take these individual flowers off. We're just going to pull these all off, and I'll be gluing these individual flowers to these styrofoam balls. So we'll just start with this one. And we're just going to start at the top. I'm going to poke a hole, and then I'm going to add some glue into the hole and put the flower back in. Okay, so I'll show you again. Using the bottom of the flower, the little stem piece, I'm going to poke a hole into the styrofoam and then pull it back out. And I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue into that hole and poke the flower right back in. Okay, and so this is what we're going to have. We're just going to continue to go all the way around, and I'm going to start up at the top and go around by the ribbon and cover that section, and then we'll just continue to fill in as we go. And as you place your flowers in, you just want to make sure that you're covering up the white of the styrofoam, okay? And so we'll just continue to go around, filling in the spaces in between. I'll start on the second row now, and I'm just going to go between these two flowers, poking the hole in, and then adding some glue, and putting the flower right back into that hole. So this is what we have so far. Okay, we'll just continue doing that until we have the entire ball covered with flowers. Just like that. Okay, so this is the first one that's pretty much done. What I'm going to do now is just kind of look around fluff the flowers out some and see if there's any places where I can still see the styrofoam. And right here is the place where I can see the styrofoam still. So I'm just going to move these petals back, and I'm probably going to add 2 flowers right here. So we'll poke a hole, add some glue. I'm going to poke that flower in there and then come down here and add 1 more. And now look at it again. You just don't want to see a lot of styrofoam when you're looking at it. See, right here, I don't know if you can see, but right in here there's another spot where I can see the styrofoam. So I'll just pull these petals back. And see, when I pull the petals back, there's a pretty large space there that doesn't have any flowers. So I'll probably add 2 more to this section right here. I want them to be full of flowers. I don't want to see any of the styrofoam. So I'm just going to keep adding until I don't have any, really big bald spots. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I'm happy with the way that looks. I don't see a lot of styrofoam on there, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2, and then I'll come back to show you how I'm going to put it all together. All right, so I have all 3 of the flower balls complete, and I used this entire bush. It had 6 stems with a hydrangea bush of flowers on each stem. So it takes quite a few flowers. If you use the Dollar Tree flowers, you'll probably need 2 to maybe 2.5 of these bushes per flower. This bush I actually got in a bag from Goodwill. It was a trash bag that had a lot of different flowers in it. But I priced these at Hobby Lobby, and they're around $6 to $8 a bush, and if you use your coupon, then you can get them 40 to 50% off. This one actually has a price tag on it. It says it was $11.49 on sale for $6.99 when it was purchased, and it was purchased at Cafco Floral Outlet in Montgomery, but you can get something similar. It's just going to take a large bush or several of these smaller bushes to make. And this one had 2 different colors of flowers. It had these that are variegated, and then this just solid dark pink color. And so I really didn't pay attention to, I didn't do any specific pattern. I just put them on randomly, and it turned out really pretty. So anyway, that's what those, they look like now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this end of the ribbon exactly like I finished the end that went into the ball. So I'm going to fold this over and put some hot glue here. And because this is burlap, when I fold this over, I can fold this end back and it's going to hold both pieces. The glue will seep through and hold both pieces. So that's what I did. I folded it in half, glued it, and then fold the edge back. So I'll do the same thing on this end. I'm going to fold it in and then fold this piece back so that it makes this center nice and narrow. And I'm just going to make sure that it's glued down nicely. All the edges are glued together. And this is what you get, this nice folded in. So when I clip these all together, the clip will cover up most of the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the other two. I'm going to put some glue kind of right here in the center. And then fold it over and fold it back on itself. And the glue will seep through and hold both of the pieces together. Okay, so again, that's what you have, just a nice folded over edge. And you can go back, and if the edges are still lifting up like this one is, I can just add a little more glue in there and press it down. And I am working on a cutting board, and so this the glue is sticking to that, but it peels right off. Okay, so that's the second one done. Now we'll do this last one. And I am working with a low temp glue gun, so while I am getting glue all over myself, it's not burning me. Okay, so now we have all three pieces are finished. And so I'm going to trim off these ends that are a little ragged. And then I'm going to line them up from tallest to the shortest. This is what we end up with. Okay. And I'm just lining these up in the back. And then I'm going to use the clip to put them all together. Okay, so now the clip is on. And these are just a tad bit wider than the clip. And so this is what we have. Now you could add a ribbon or a bow to the top. You could take some of the leftover ribbon bits and just glue it around the clip to camouflage the clip if you wanted to. If you didn't have one of these clips, and you wanted to use a ring binder, what you can do is wrap this in jute or wrap the ribbon around this, maybe make a pocket and just slip it around, and then just glue these in a loop and run your ring through to hold it. So that's another option to hang it. But this is the completed project, and I will hang it in, it's going on the window that's hanging on the wall in her living room. So I will hang this up and show you what it looks like, all hung up and complete. So here are the flower balls hanging on the window in the entryway in our living room. I'll back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. I did add some jute twine to the ring at the top just to hang it from the top of the window. I may change and add a command hook to the top of the window frame so that I can hang it directly from the ring.
That would make it a little bit higher on the window, which is the look I was really going for, so I may make that change. But for now, that's what it looks like. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and click the bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.